This is the Santa Monica Church of Botolan, Zambales.
Dami na yan.
Hello mga kasenyor, it's a beautiful morning here in Villa Elisa, and we'll be starting our day 2 of NLEX Lakbay Norte, Zambales, exploring this resort. Later on, we'll be going to Botolan Plaza to witness the Arts Festival being held there. We'll be visiting several resorts. We'll be doing ATV. We'll be going to a shrimp farm, and finally, we'll be spending the night in another resort, Aya Resort. So, join me as we continue our NLEX Lakbay Norte, featuring Zambales exploration together with NLEX Corporation and Victory Liner. Let's go! Good morning, Villa Elisa, here in Botolan, Zambales. Hello mga kasenyor, we are here in Botolan, Zambales. It has one of the longest beaches in the Philippines, very long actually. But this beach was actually formed during the eruption of Mount Pinatubo. Mount Pinatubo is actually on our right, and on our left actually is the South China Sea or West Philippine Sea. Far right is actually the Bajo de Masinloc, and which is being contested between Philippines and China. But we are very happy to finally explore Botolan. It's one of the most historic places in the Philippines. It was established around 1570s, and this is one of the original settlements. Actually, Botolan used to be populated by the indigenous Aita people, and now the migrants from Ilocos as well as the original Sambal people are the resident of Botolan. But now we are here in Villa Elisa. It has a very nice village, a luxurious village, but it also has a very nice beach in front. It's not quite sand, it's almost gray, but I think the water is so clear and you get to enjoy the beach all by yourself. But tara na, let's continue our exploration of Villa Elisa. Beach in front of Villa Elisa here in Botolan, Zambales. Ganda. Ano?
Tara. Wala naman yung dyan.
Don Benitos talaga, ha?
Wala naman si Yes.
Don Bonito. So, the hotel.
Hindi. Bago nyo na lang po ibigay, photo muna kayo. Kasi diretso na po kami labas. Go. Para lang.
Tawagin yung mga housekeeping. Housekeeping!
Sana
Nagpa-picture na po sila na.
The Times.
Amber eh.
Manila Times. Thank you. Uy, mabigat. So our next lunch destination is Calento. Here also in Botolan, Zambales. So here we are, Calento. Calento Resort. Ride all you can. Para saan? Enchanted. So, Calento. Thank you. Okay, why is it called Calento?
Kalinto comes from the Sambaltina word, Kalinto Toray, which means dragonfly.
Oh, may mga dragonflies pa ba dito?
Yeah, actually, daw when it's rainy, madaming dragonflies in the area.
Ah.
Lalo na sa gas area namin.
Naalala ko nung bata ko, nung huli ako ng dragonflies.
Nahawakan sa papa.
Yeah,
Tapos we ordering for the available one.
May non-coffee.
Ice latte? Ice latte. Okay, thank you.
Di ba yung pork shot from Zara?
Hello, See the resort facilities. Pasok tayo. Ganda.
edit lang na
Yung nasa room, magkano yung ano? Wow, pwede mo. Seven. Lento, Miss Dragonfly.
Basta na po natin, sir. Ay, okay, sir. Ay, okay na ba mo? Ano ba ito?
So, our lunch venue dito sa Calento. So, beachfront, sarap. Serve some Calento latte. Ayan, salad. So we're having lunch at Calento. Oh,
Narangha.
In Zambales, of course, there's Mango Sago. Thank you, Colinto, for a very nice lunch here at the resort. At the back of Colinto is actually Mount Pinatubo, which is in the boundary of Zambales, Tarlac, and Pampanga. So, Botolan is actually some portion of Pinatubo is located. Last look at Colinto. See you soon. Let's arrive at the Botolan Plaza for the first Zambales Culture and Arts Festival. So let's go. Okay.
Estimate namin, and then yun yung on the spot painting. Kaso yung
These are local artists. Also mga stone drum. Si Congressman Juan Telesco. So this is the Santa Monica Church of Botolan, Zambales, made of coral stone. One of the oldest church in the provinces. Which most unique feature is the belfry in the middle, and use of corals in building the facade. This is Santa Monica. Details of the coral stones. Some very old houses here in Botolan. Kainumayan. Yes. Pasok kaya tayo. Okay. Okay. Entering Kainumayan Camp. So we just arrived at Camp Kainumayan.
Kami na lang.
Okay, here we are. Plenty of alcohol trees, which is endemic to the Zambales area. These are the local pine trees. Looks like Camp Kainumayan was the site of the 17th Boy Scout of the Philippines National Jamboree. Going inside Kainumayan. Pinatubo, Botolan. Pwede ka lang magkabayo dito. Okay.
Pawak natin yung 360. Hindi man, kaya lang mahirap. Rappelling carry. Pero yung mountain climbing parang. Hindi, I mean yung ano.
Oo, rappelling. Pero yung wall, wala. Very
We just learned that it's possible to climb Mount Pinatubo from Botolan, and the jumbo point is this Camp Kaunayan. So can you please give us information anong gaano kalayo ang aakyatin, magkano babayaran, ilang oras ang akyat, at gaano kahirap ang trail?
Bali po sa babayaran po sa pinper po ng Pinatubo. Bali sa per head po 500.
Mhm.
Bali po pag sa Arkila po ng 4x4
Mhm.
and then 5,000 po.
So mayroong 4x4 din sa
po,
Botolan.
bali kasama na din po yung
Dito rin sa Camp Kaunayan makakakuha ng 4x4.
po.
So
Bali sa
5,000 plus individual tigpa 500. Yung guide magkano?
500 lang.
Guide fee, and then ilang oras ang papunta doon? Ilang oras ang 4x4 at ilang oras ang lakad?
Sa lakad po.
Hindi, yung munang 4x4.
4x4 po mga 2 hours
Mga 2 hours din.
po. Bali sa lakad naman po pagdating sa
5 minutes lang yung mga 5 minutes na yun. hindi. Gano'n kalayo yung lalakarin mula doon sa...
mga ano po 15 minutes ganyan.
15 minutes lang, nandun ka na sa crater mismo.
Opo.
Wow, di mas
maganda, di ba?
mas maganda dito kumpara doon sa kabila. Ay,
Saka ang scenic view. Scenic view, sir. Kasi
mas scenic yung view dito.
yung view, yun
Wow.
po yung difference namin.
At saka it's cheaper actually.
It's cheaper.
Oo. So, dito lang pupunta sa Camp Kaunayan. So, Kainumayan, and then meron ba reservation na kailangan? Saan tatawag, sa tourism ba?
Sa
Or
tourism po.
Butolan Tourism.
Bololan Tourism, and then mag-book lang kayo, and then if you get a slot, punta lang kayo din sa Kaunayan.
Yes po.
And then merong kasama na sa ipare-reserve niyo yung 4x4,
Yes po.
and then yung guide plus all the necessary fee. So, here you go.
Bakit po tinagda Kainumayan?
Kainumayan.
Ano po ibig sabihin?
Kaginhawaan po ma'am.
So,
Ano pong salita?
Sambal.
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 Yun lang.
Okay. So hindi yung trail madali na lang.
Opo, madali.
Madali na lang. Pwede rin halimbawa may 4x4 ako, pwede kong dalhin o hindi allowed. So dapat yung talagang accredited na vehicles para, okay. So may natutunan naman tayo sa Botolan, di ba? Na pwede palang mag 4x4 para makarating sa Mount Pinatubo. At sabi niya mas scenic yung view.
Yes, sir.
Ah, okay.
Scenic views po yung
Mukhang may susubukan tayo. Mukhang may kukontakin tayo para pumunta.
yung kaiba ng train. From Botolan. Go po! Kaya niyo po yan.
And then the zip line going to the other side. We have our first victim.
Gang, Violet. Violet. Anytime. Go, go, go.
Ito pala yung batis, oh. Ang linis. Sa batis. Ay, grabe tubig. So very clear. So, we are here at the Batis of Kainamayan. Ang sabi, ito raw is the favorite picnic spots dito sa Botolan. On weekends daw, puno-puno ito ng tao. And you can actually have your food doon mismo sa Batis. Upo kayo doon sa mga upuan na yan. Unfortunately today, baka hindi natin magawa dahil medyo malalim ang tubig. Kaya si Kuya, hanggang nasa hitaan na, so mahirap umupo at mahirap kumain. But if you're looking for a very unique experience, do come here and then have a picnic by the Batis here at Camp Kaunayan. Diba? Ang ganda. Napaka-relaxing siguro niya. This water, it's so clear. Parang enchanted river sa Surigao. We're going to try the native suman of Botolan. This is rice suman.
Yes, rice one.
So we're going to try the native suman of Botolan, Zambales. So this is made from malakit and then we have latik. Sarap niya, ha? Ang sarap ng latik. Ang sarap ng latik. So we are enjoying the Batis water sa Camp Kaunayan. So it's a perfect spot to relax on a weekend and then enjoy the cool, clear water coming from Mount Pinatubo. So sarap siguro dito just to hang out here and then have your food at the table while your feet is wet by the clear water of Kaunayan. Pinatubo. about the Palaya Shrimp Farm, Elaya Resort.
Ma-allergy, no? Saka sila din. Shrimp pop.
We're going inside Dala,
Dala experience.
the Dala experience.
Una po is yung supervised visit, may assist po namin kayo
Oo.
sa loob. Then, no smoking po yung area natin. Perfect. Then, ano po, tawag dito, sanitation protocol. Before we entry po, kailangan po natin mag-service.
Okay.
And food bath din po.
Apod ba? Okay.
Yes po, pwede na po tayo.
Enter na po.
Ito rin. So, ito. Mga shrimp tank.
Pero kasama talong mo.
Laki oh. Shrimp farm.
Welcome to Palaya Shrimp Farm. By the way, my name is E.T. Conesto. I'm the president and owner of Palaya Shrimp Farm. Sige po, actually we started with a problem, no? Nagsimula tayo dahil may problema tayo. We're no longer productive as a country, no, sa pagdating sa agriculture. But we used to. Alam mo dati, nabalitaan ko, ipapadala tayo ng pagkain sa Japan, sa Singapore, meron tayong food terminal, FTI. Ngayon wala na, sarado na. Namimili naman tayo pabalik. So, talaga kayo, nakapag-travel kayo. And, mako-compare ninyo sa Thailand, napakamura ng pagkain, ang daming pagkain. Sa Vietnam, likewise, no, ganun. Medyo nalungkot ako nung nakarating ako ng Vietnam. Nung nakita ko wala nang beggar sa Vietnam. Everybody can afford to eat kasi supported yung balansado yung law of supply and demand. They're very productive. Alam niyo naman sa pagkain, di ba, merong law and you can't break the law. Law of supply and demand. So again, Palaya would like to somehow create a story, a positive story, an example na kaya naman ng Pilipino ang modernized farming, yung technology-based agriculture. Kasi ang isang nakita daw nila, naiwan na tayo ng technology. Ang gaganda na ng technology sa Thailand, sa Vietnam. Sana wag tayong abutan ng Bangladesh or Cambodia. Unti-unti na tayong inaabutan eh. Tayo na naman ang pinakahuli sa Southeast Asia. Imagine niyo, sa shrimp lang ito paborito natin ang shrimp eh. Maraming Pinoy paborito ang shrimp eh, no? Pero tayo, tayong may pinakamahal na hipon sa Southeast Asia. Bakit? Kasi hindi tayo productive. Ito ang number ko. Ngayon po 2023, 65,000 metric tons ang pinoproduce ng bansa natin. Ang Thailand po, mas maliit sa atin, 290. Indonesia, 520. Vietnam po, ang sobrang liit na bansa, 750,000. How can you beat their price? Yung pong malalaking corporation sa atin, like Jollibee, pamangkin ko po ang purchaser niya, ang head ng purchasing. Biyahe siya ng biyahe. At yung hipon po nila, Vietnam. Galing pa ng Vietnam. So nakakalungkot. Kasi sabi nga niya, dito wala namang reliable supplier sa Pilipinas. So nakakalungkot kung gaano tayo ibinaba pagdating sa food production sa agriculture. Naniniwala po ako personally na isa sa pinaka-importanting security ng bansa, food security. We can live with lesser technology but not without food. So, slowly po, we would like to introduce modernized farming. Kasi po, bakit po modernized? Kasi ang gusto ko pong i-attract bata. At palagay po, wala pong ma-attract sa agriculture na bata. Pag ang picture, ang hirap pa din. No? Yung magsasaka ay mahirap, yung nasa likod kalabaw. Hindi naman po yan ang picture sa ibang bansa. Machine na po ang ginagamit sa ibang bansa. So medyo pangit po ang picture. So this is what we're trying to somehow contribute sa bansa natin. We want to create a more beautiful picture of agriculture. Modernized, progressive, technology-based. Kaya mapapansin niyo po, palagay ko, kaya na-invite kayo dito ng NLEX or ng tourism is wala namang ganitong shrimp farm sa Pilipinas. Si Sir, punta doon.
Iba sa Kalatagan.
Iba, no? Medyo amoy malansa.
Malansa.
Amoy patay na hipon. Oo. Ito po wala kayong naamoy. May naamoy ba kayo? Yung katabi siguro, meron. Sarili na lang. Pero yung shrimp, malangsang shrimp, hindi, no? So, again po, sana tulungan nyo kami na maipakita sa kapwa natin Pilipino, kaya natin ang modernized agriculture, modernized farming. Ang advantage po ng modernized farming, yung predictability. Kasi yan po ang problema sa agriculture natin. Pag naghulog na o nag-alaga na, nagtanim na, mananalangin na lang. Sana
Dasal-dasal
makalusot.
na lang.
Dasal-dasal. Kasi walang technology eh. Hindi nila control, hindi manageable. So, yung result, hindi predictable. Ito po, very predictable. Alam mo namin kung anong harvest yan for the quarter, for the year, average for the year. So, predictability po is very important sa business. So, ito po yung ina-address natin. Tayo po, dapat daw, para mabalanse yung law of supply and demand, kailangan nagpo-produce tayo ng 230,000 metric ton. To support the growing population na 115 million, 190 na daw ngayon, pero ako tingin ko lang muna 115, times 2 kilos, yan daw pong dapat na per capita. So 230. Ang pinoproduce natin 65. Ilan yung kulang natin? 165,000 metric ton. Ang layo pa ho. So ang kailangan po kakampi ko, bata, na matalino, at may panahon. Kasi po aging ang mga farmers eh. 58 daw ang average age ng farmers. And wala namang gustong sumunod kasi nga ang pangit ng itsura, mahirap, maputik, hindi walang kita. So, yun po ang gusto namin ipakita. So, kami po ay gusto nang kumurot dun sa napakalaking requirement na 165. Pag natapos ko po ito, God willing, matapos namin itong cluster 3 and 4, area 1. Tapos na po kami ng area 1 and 2. Nakarating sila doon sa malaking tanks. Pero ginagawa ko pa ho yung cluster 3 and 4, area 3 and 4. Matapos namin yan, ang kaya lang ho namin i-produce, 1,000 metric ton. Ilan po yung kulang? 165. So, kumukurot lang ho talaga kami sa malaking problema. Isang kurot na 1 lang out of 165. Pero sana makakreate kami ng somehow interest, so yung iba naman mag-invest dun sa agriculture, na modernized agriculture. Bihira pa yung mag-invest kasi natatakot dahil sobrang laki ng investment po eh. Kung nakarating kayo sir dun sa Kalatagan, di ba sa labat yung kable ng kuryente?
Yes, oh.
Sa labat ang kable ng kuryente kasi ang laki ng power requirement po nito eh. Bakit po? 10 minutes na wala kami kuryente, patay lahat ng ipon natin. Ganun po ka-sensitive itong technology natin. Pero, kasi marami po sila. Yung kailangan dyan, yung ma-sustain natin, yung dissolved oxygen. Dito po, wala kayong makita ng kable ng kuryente. Underground. So parang BGC ng stream farm ito.
Magdala. Kaya dala. Okay. Casting
Dala
of the...
experience. Common term po nila dito sa hanggang Bulacan, palagay ko yun ang tawag. Yung, oy, magdala ka dyan, o maghagis ka ng lambat.
Pero ang tubig pa po strip is salty, fresh, or
Yes
brackish?
po, ang kuha natin is galing talaga sa West Philippine Sea. It's pure sea water.
Okay, hindi siya brackish.
Salinity
Salinity.
requirement ng kuha nito, variety rate.
Why specifically sa Palawig?
Ayaw po natin ng maruming source of water kasi ang ating pong technology super intensive clean
So
water
hindi pwede na sa Bulacan,
hindi po pwede ng
sa Manila
Bay
Bay.
water, alam niyo naman, no? Yan yung tapunan ng Metro Manila, waste ng Metro Manila. So lumayo po tayo, no? West Philippine Sea. Not so far naman, no? Kasi yung iba nga galing pa ng Visayas and Mindanao yung mga hipon natin. May
Pacific
Tagalog,
White
hipon.
Shrimp. So saan ang origin ng Pacific White Shrimp?
Ang broodstock po galing pa ng Hawaii. Traceable po yung ating produkto. Galing pa ng Hawaii. Pero ini-import po natin yan dito na pinapaanak.
Ano sa
Pacific rim po talaga ba?
ano tawag sa Tagalog no? Swahe or hindi?
Hipong puti.
Hipong puti. Okay. So
Iba yung
tiniti
hipong namuti ah.
tinitinda rin saan yung market nyo? Saan dinadala yung shrimp nyo?
Meron po kaming direct market ng mga restaurants. We're actually supplying Vikings, Newport, Shrimp Bucket, and we have 36 resellers sa Metro Manila. But soon po, ilo-launch namin, subscription na po. Medyo hindi po lahat makaka-avail ng shrimp. Kasi subscription na po tayo. You can subscribe 6 months or 1 year.
Wow.
Magkano po ang per kilo?
Medyo pricey tayo, no? In fact, tayo yung pinakamahal na hipon eh. Pero pinakamalinis at garantisadong hindi kumain ng dumi. Kasi I really believe, yung iba, yung may allergy daw, palagi ko hindi dun sa hipon eh, kundi sa kinain. Kasi traditionally, ang hipon po, pinapalaki sa putik, sa earthen ponds. No? At marami pa po, more than 50% pa rin po ng source ng hipon, dun pa hinarvest. Of course, alam naman natin scavenger yan. So, nakakakain siya ng maraming allergens. Kasi po, ang dami po namin testimony ngayon, hindi pag palaya shrimp, hindi sila nag-allergy. Naghahanda na nga ng gamot eh. Yung guest ko kanina, naghanda sila ng gamot. Nakaka-10 piraso na yung kumain, hindi siya nag-allergy. Pero hindi ko po nire-rule out na merong taong allergy sa hipon. Hindi ko nire-rule out. But most of them, baka doon ang galing ang allergy. Doon sa sa kinain ng hipon.
So magkano sir per kilo?
Nasa 600.
Not bad.
550 to 600. Pero delivered, door to door, and guaranteed na pag-harvest namin sa tank, diretso sa bahay mo. Hindi, walang dinaan ng palengke, walang dinaan ng konsignasyon. So, pwede mong gawing kilawin or sashimi right away.
So, magkano catch?
Po, mga 650 po per kilo yung live na malaki.
Maliit, malaki? Or
Meron pong 600. May 550 ang pinakamaliit. Depende po sa size ngayon. Available.
Paano po yung paluto nyo?
Paluto ay 250 per kilo. Paluto.
any dish, pwede tempura.
Kasi parang may sinigang po kayong...
Mga tan. Okay. So magdadala, ito yung gagamitin. Uy, may mga technique. This is how you catch shrimp. Okay. Oy! Mga nahuli. Uy, lalaki oh. Marami din. Mga 1 kilo din.
Ano ba pinagsama na nila?
Ako, marami kang kakainin ngayon.
Ang nahuli. Sunset in Palawig shrimp pen. So golden sunset at the shrimp farm. So making sashimi.
Ito pa yung kinuha nyo. Hinuli nyo. Okay, ginagawa na natin sa atin. Okay. Ituloy mo dito. Pero ito, papatry ko na. Who wants to try? Raw. Nilagyan lang binanlian lang ng mainit na tubig para matanggal yung balat. But you can eat it raw. Ang malinis, matamis.
Sino ang natitikiyam?
Titikman.
Sino ba? Go
So
Disa!
we will try go.
Yeah. Try.
Try.
Go Disa.
Sorry.
Linis ng ulo.
Pes. Manis nga. Manis na miss. Balik ka.
Di ba manumis na miss?
Iba yung sarap niya.
Ito tingnan natin yung
So, shrimp dinner time. Shrimp dinner. Hindi pa wala ang shrimp. Nice. Yeah, tapos. This is pinakbet. Salad. Kilawin. Dinner at the bar. Yan ang mga influencer. Hindi yan kakain, pipicture lang yung mga people. Hello mga senior, we are now here at Aya Resort at Palaya Shrimp Farm, and I'd like to end my vlog, my second day vlog of EDX Lakbay Norte featuring Zambales here. So it was also a very hectic day for us. We started in Villa Elisa in Botolan. We were able to explore the facilities of Villa Elisa, which they pride as your gateway to serenity. The resort is actually very luxurious, and we were able to go to the empty, completely deserted beach of Botolan, which faces the West Philippine Sea. So after checking out at the Villa Elisa, we proceeded to our next destination. It's a nearby the resort in called Calinta, which is named after Dragonfly. And we had a very sumptuous lunch at Calinta. We had some local favorites like salmon and barbecue and lechon kawale and many others. Of course, we also have a very good iced coffee at Calinta. After Calinta, we moved to the Botolan Municipal Plaza and visited the first Zambales Arts Fair. We were able to see the works of some of the local artists, and we also was able to watch the on-the-spot painting contest depicting the cultural and heritage attractions of Zambales. I was able to stick into the nearby Santa Monica Church, one of the oldest churches here in Zambales. It's made of coral stone, and I'm very happy to see that on the exterior, it basically almost 100% original. From Botolan, we moved to Camp Kainumayan, one of the resorts on the foot of Mount Pinatubo. So I heard that this is a very good alternative gateway if you want to explore Mount Pinatubo. I was able to get the rates as 1,650 per person, which is a lot cheaper than doing Pinatubo via Kapasala. Camp Kainumayan also has a very nice batis with very clear, refreshing, cool mountain air that wherein you can dip while having your meals. From there, we moved to our next destination, which is actually this shrimp farm. We were able to see how extensive this farm is in producing shrimp using technology. We also heard about the prospect of shrimp farming in the Philippines through its owner and operator. And finally, we had a very good dinner of shrimps and other seafood here at the Aya Resort. So it has been a very good day to experience the best of Zambales. With that, I'd like to thank you very much for traveling with me through NLEX Lakbay Norte featuring Zambales together with our bus, Victory Liner, and we were able to see many of the hidden attractions of Zambales. So maraming salamat sa panonood. Travel while you can. Until our next vlog. See you soon!